Looking at the third sentence that we have, I'm using my third period sentences. So it says Jenna Mannion kicking dirt onto the home plate and popping her gum obnoxiously argued with the umpire about the call. I don't even know if Jenna plays softball or not, but I just thought let's just go with it anyway. So Jenna, play along. Here we go. So in this one, once again, as always, I try to figure out where my verb is. That's just a great place to start. And so let's pick up on, it's a nice little blue. Isn't that pretty? All right, so here we go. So Jenna Mannion, and then here's kicking, but we're getting used to this. We're getting used to an ing by itself has to have a little to be verb with it. So this is not a verb, and this is not the main verb either, because once again, there's no was popping or is popping. And then here's argued, and I could say, sure, Jenna Mannion argued with the umpire. That's a sentence right there. So let's do that part on the outside. Jenna Mannion argued with the umpire. All right, so I'm going to keep it. Why am I changing the color? That's a great color. Sorry about that. So here we go. Jenna Mannion, you get this awesome blue color today. So here's Jenna Mannion. She, let's make a little space. I know that I'm going to have a lot going on underneath here, so I'm going to go out a little further. All right, sorry about that, everybody. And let's do argued. And there's no direct object. We're not saying Jenna Mannion argued what or argued whom. We have with whom, but we don't have a direct object. And I know we're so used to having direct objects, and sometimes you just don't have one. So here's with, direct, let's try this one more time in English, the object of the preposition umpire. So with umpire, the umpire. And she's arguing about the call. It's not the umpire about the call, but she's arguing about call. So here's about, here's call, and then it's the call. There we go. All right. So now we have kicking and popping. So this is very similar to the sentence that you're going to work with on your modeling exercise. Okay, so everyone has diagram number 5 on their modeling exercise, and I want you to see that kicking and popping, they're not gerunds. These are your participles. They're describing Jenna. Right? Because I don't have, if they were gerunds, I don't have a place to put them. I already have a subject, and they're not the direct object. They're not saying Jenna Mannion argued kicking the dirt and popping her gum. No, it's not a direct object. It's describing Jenna as sort of these descriptors. So I'm going to start off with the first one. And I'm going to come over here, and I'm just going to be forward thinking. I'm just going to let you be forward thinking as well, because I know I'm going to have a second one over here. So give yourself a little bit of room to have both. So here's kicking. It's got to come down, bend to the line. And here's popping. Just kind of do them simultaneously if it doesn't bother you. And I usually change colors, and I didn't. I apologize. I'm just so stuck on this beautiful blue here. So we have kicking, direct object. What? I'm kicking dirt. So here's dirt. And think about this one. I'm popping what? Gum. As a side note, I have no idea how to pop gum. I'm always amazed when people can pop gum. I've never figured out how to crack or pop your gum. So she's popping her gum, and she's popping it how? Obnoxiously. So even though it's next to the word gum, it's not gum obnoxiously, but you're popping it obnoxiously. So put it underneath the verb part of that participle. So here's obnoxiously. And then she's kicking dirt, and here's onto the home plate. Is it dirt onto the home plate? Yeah. Is it kicking onto the home plate? That to me makes more sense. I know it's dirt on the home plate, but I think it's more about where she's kicking it. She's kicking it where? Onto plate. So here's onto. Here's plate. The plate. And don't forget to flatten that word home. I know some of you worked ahead and you're like, I forgot to flatten the word home. Flatten the word home. It's a noun serving as an adjective. And that's how we take on number 3. Except I have not done the word and, you donkey. Come on, Marsh. All right, let's change this color. All right, let's go to our beautiful orange. Remember, this and has got to be joining 2 things which are the same. Remember, an and could join 2 verbs, 2 nouns, 2 direct objects, 2 of anything that are the same. And so here are my 2 prepositions. So let's just draw a nice little dashed line between those 2. I said prepositions, I meant participles. Here's our and, they're going to join between them. And here it sits perfectly. This is, once again, very similar to how you're going to diagram number 5 on your modeling exercise. I gave you 2 participles, but I also gave you a couple gerunds, just so we can see the difference between gerunds and participles. That's the whole point of the modeling exercise number 5. All right, hopefully yours looks like this one, and let's move on to number 4.